You are not lazy. You are not unmotivated. You are not broken. You are not behind. And you are definitely not the problem everyone, including yourself, has made you out to be. But here is what you are doing. You are living your life for a version of yourself that you keep promising to become someday. Someday when you feel ready. Someday when the timing is right. Someday when things calm down, when you have more money, more energy, more confidence, more clarity. Let me tell you what someday actually is. Someday is the most expensive word in the English language. It has cost people their dream careers, their best relationships, their health, their purpose, and entire decades of their one and only life. And the terrifying part, it does not feel like loss while it is happening. It just feels like waiting. It feels like being almost ready. It just feels like life. But deep down, and I mean the place you go when it is quiet and you are completely honest with yourself, you already know. You know that you are capable of more. You know that the life you keep imagining is not fantasy. It is just on the other side of a decision you have not made yet. Here is the psychology behind why most people stay stuck. Your brain is not designed to chase growth. It is designed to protect you. It is obsessed with safety, familiarity, and comfort. And every time you think about doing something new, something bigger, something that requires a different version of you, your brain fires off a quiet alarm. It whispers, "Not yet, not now. What if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you are not enough?" And most people listen to that whisper every single day for their entire lives. The people who actually change, they hear the whisper too. They feel the fear too. They have the same doubts, the same insecurities, the same tired Wednesdays as everyone else. The only difference is they stopped waiting for the whisper to go away. They moved anyway. And today I am going to show you exactly how 6 steps in order, built on real psychology, real behavior change, and the kind of honest truth that most people are too comfortable to say out loud. If you are done waiting, if you are done watching, if some part of you is finally ready to stop performing the idea of change and actually become it, then stay with me, because something in this is going to shift something in you. Step 1, dress like the person you are becoming, not the person you were yesterday. Most people think how they look is about other people. It is not. It is about you. There is a direct psychological link between your appearance and your behavior. When you look put together, your brain receives a signal. I am someone who takes themselves seriously. And when your brain believes that it acts accordingly, you speak up more. You introduce yourself. You take the opportunity instead of letting it pass. I learned this in an airport. I almost threw on sweats and did not bother. Something made me pause. I got dressed properly, did my hair, showed up like I had somewhere important to be, and I ran into an old CEO contact I had not spoken to in over a decade. The meeting itself was not the magic. The magic was that because I felt put together, I had the confidence to walk up and start the conversation. In sweats, I probably would have looked the other way. Opportunities do not announce themselves, they just appear. And the question is, when yours shows up, will you be ready to meet it, or will you be hiding behind how you feel that morning? Create your opportunity, ready standard right now. Decide in advance how you show up. Keep a blazer in your car. Have one outfit that always makes you feel sharp, because looking the part is not vanity. It is the first act of showing up for yourself every single day. Step 2. Your future self is not coming to save you. You have to become them right now. Here is the psychological trap that keeps most people stuck forever. They believe that transformation is a reward, that you achieve first and then you become. That once the money comes, the confidence comes. Once the success comes, the identity comes. But your brain does not work that way. Your brain builds identity through repeated evidence. It believes what it sees you do over and over again, not what you say, not what you plan, what you actually do. So if you are waiting to feel like a disciplined person before you act disciplined, you will wait forever. If you are waiting to feel like a confident person before you speak confidently, that day is never coming. You have to close the gap from the other direction. Years ago, I was sitting in a parking lot, making $55,000 a year, feeling completely invisible. And I made a decision. I decided on a number, a real uncomfortable, almost laughable number. And I decided right there that I was going to start being that person today. Not spending like that person, being like that person, thinking like them, deciding like them, carrying myself like someone who had already done the thing. And my brain slowly started to catch up to my behavior. Create your future self decision rules. Ask yourself, how does the version of me who already achieved this goal wake up in the morning? How do they handle stress? How do they make decisions? What do they refuse to tolerate? Then do that today. Borrow the identity before you have earned the results, because the results always follow the identity, never the other way around. Step 3, selfishness is not a sin. It is a strategy. This is the one nobody wants to say out loud. So I will say it clearly. If you want to truly show up for the people you love, the team you lead, the life you are building, you have to choose yourself first. Not sometimes. Consistently. This is not selfishness in the toxic sense. This is strategic self-investment. And there is a massive difference. Think about the leaders, the people you most admire, the ones who seem to make everything look possible. They did not get there by constantly pouring into everyone else while running on empty. They got there because at some point they made themselves the priority. They built skills. They gained experience. They did the hard, uncomfortable, sometimes lonely work of becoming someone genuinely valuable before they started asking others to follow them. You cannot teach what you have not learned. You cannot lead where you have not been. You cannot give someone confidence you do not have yourself. So the most loving, generous, powerful thing you can do for everyone around you is to ruthlessly invest in becoming your best self first. Build your knowledge. Protect your energy. Keep your promises to yourself before you make them to anyone else. Ask yourself every single morning, what did I do for me today? What did I build? What did I strengthen? What promise did I keep to myself? That daily act of self-investment is not selfishness. It is the foundation of everything. Step 4, your environment is either building you or breaking you. There is no in between. Look around you right now. Seriously. Your desk, your room, your phone screen, your car. What is it telling you about what you believe you deserve? Because here is what most people do not understand about their environment. It is not just a background. It is a message your brain reads constantly all day, every day. A cluttered space tells your brain things are out of control. An organized space tells your brain, I am in charge here. And your brain responds accordingly in every decision you make. I used to have the chair, the legendary chair in the corner of every bedroom that becomes a mountain of clothes over weeks. I had old coffee cups in my car, stacks of things I was going to deal with later. And I genuinely could not understand why the big things in my life felt so heavy and hard. Then I cleaned everything. Not my goals, not my mindset, just my physical space. And something clicked open, clarity, focus. A sense that I was someone who handled things. Your environment is the most underrated performance tool you have. Clean it. Organize it. Remove the friction between you and your work. Create what I call your frictionless zone, where the thing you need to do is the easiest thing to reach. Lay your gym clothes out the night before. Clear your desk before you sit down. Delete the apps that eat your attention. Close the tabs you have had open for 3 months and are never going to read. And watch how people around you respond when they see you handle your space with intention. They notice. They trust you more. They give you more. They give you more because how you treat your environment is how you treat everything. Step 5. Discipline is not a personality. It is a muscle you build by showing up angry, tired, and uninspired. Before I was 25, I was genuinely undisciplined. Not in a dramatic, obvious way. Just quietly, consistently undisciplined in the way that adds up slowly until one day you look around and realize you are nowhere near where you wanted to be. I canceled when I was tired. I avoided the uncomfortable rooms. I made promises to myself and broke them so regularly that some part of me stopped fully believing my own word. And the cost was invisible until suddenly it was not. People liked me, but they did not fully trust me. And that gap between being liked and being trusted, that is where everything lies. Here is the truth about discipline that nobody frames correctly. It is not about willpower. It is not about being naturally strong or motivated or driven. Discipline is simply the result of getting so completely sick of your own excuses that you stop making them. That is it. That is the whole secret. Find the one thing you keep lying to yourself about. The one habit you say is important but keep skipping. The one promise that you make every Monday and break by Wednesday. Go do it right now. Now? Not tomorrow. Right now. Then schedule it for tomorrow and the next day and the next. Do not negotiate with yourself. Do not wait to feel like it. Do not let your mood make decisions your future self will pay for. Show up for the person you are becoming even when the person you are right now does not feel like it. Step 6. Consistency is the only currency that actually builds a life. You do not need a perfect week. You need a kept promise. One kept promise. Then another, until your brain has so much evidence that you are someone who shows up. That showing up stops being a fight and starts being simply who you are. I know this works because I lived it. I started rewarding myself every single week. I showed up consistently to the gym. One piece of workout clothing, nothing expensive, just something tangible, something my brain could hold on to as proof. I did what I said. I showed up. I kept my word. And over weeks, something shifted that no motivational speech ever created. My self-image changed. Not because of the results yet, because of the evidence, because I had proof, real proof that I was becoming someone different. That is the whole game. Not perfection, evidence. Stack small wins. Create your reward system. Make the promises small enough to keep, and keep them big enough to matter. Because 1% better every single day does not feel like much. Until you look back 6 months later and cannot recognize the person you used to be. So here is what I need you to hear before you go. The life you want is not locked behind talent you do not have. It is not behind connections you have not made yet. It is not behind a better economy, a better city, a better set of circumstances. It is locked behind a version of you that you keep postponing. And every single day you wait, that version drifts a little further. Not because you are not capable, but because capability without commitment is just potential. And potential that is never acted on becomes regret. You already have everything you need to start, not to finish, not to have it all figured out, just to start. Just to show up once today for the person you actually want to become. Look the part. Become the person, invest in yourself. Own your environment, build your discipline, stack your consistency. Not someday, not Monday, not when you finally feel ready, today. Right now, in this moment, because the most powerful thing you will ever do is stop waiting for your life to change and decide with everything you have that you are the one who is going to change it. That decision is yours. It has always been yours. Now go make it.